guys, welcome back to another episode of Kamicraft, and it's been a minute. By a minute, I mean it's been like a week and a half since I've been on the server. So those on the server know that I just recently moved. So yeah, it took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take to actually get everything settled in. And I'm still not even settled in. I moved into a place, get this, there is no Ethernet jacks in this apartment. So right now I've got a 50-foot cable run from the living room where the Wi-Fi box is to my bedroom. And I'm probably going to have to switch to Wi-Fi. I guess here in the next couple weeks. I got to order a Wi-Fi card, and I'm trying to make sure I get the right one that's going to meet my needs and everything like that. Because I stream, I do this, I need upload, I need download, I need fast speeds. So I'm looking into that. But today we're back on the server. We're back in the base. We're not going to work up top. We're going to work down here. Now, before I left, I was going to try to crunch this episode in, but I didn't think it would do it justice. So this whole area right here has kind of been like a dead zone in my base for a while. Granted, the overhang's been a larger dead zone, but I'm not going to do anything in the overhang until I get like an idea in my head. I'm tired of forcing designs. Granted, this base has turned out perfect and it's turned out exactly how I thought it would. But because of that, I've got really high standards for every new room I put in here. So I'm not forcing anything anymore. So I had a design pop up for right here, and it's going to be this kind of library. So instead of holding our books up there like I thought I was going to do, all the enchanted books, it kind of makes sense to have them over here near the enchanting thing. So I was like, okay, maybe I could turn this into more of a library. And you really can't. It's too hollow and everything like that. And I was like, well, maybe if I go up into the tree. And I was like, no, that's not good enough. So this area kind of makes a good spot for a stairwell that could probably go down under the base and house a library. Now, I also kind of want to play with maybe bringing the roots of the tree into the library ceiling. Not all the way through the library, because that'd be weird. But, yeah. And we're back. I have a couple holes. I got this hole, I got that hole, I got this hole. So originally, this was the way down. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I kind of wanted to combine the two paths and see if I can get them into one stairwell. So I came up with this, and then I asked Bank for some help, and he installed one of his fancy little elevators. Now the cool part is, I'm thinking about leaving this open to the hole down here to give you kind of like an overview when you walk in. I think that's going to be really cool. You got this elevator that drops you down. Now this isn't going to be floor level, it's going to be raised up a little bit. I haven't decided if I'm going to do like a half slab floor or not yet, but yeah, the height we're on now won't be the actual final height. So this is it for room size. Now you can see I've been playing with some designs on this wall already. I'm thinking about cutting this out and making it another one of my little sceneries. My first thought was to immediately fill it with guardians, do an underwater theme. But I'm not sure about that. Maybe even squid. That could be kind of cool. I don't know. I'll have to think about that and see how I want it. And I'm still working on the wall designs because I don't really have a design for this room fully yet. But yeah, so here is the room size. Okay, we are back and some walls have been finished. So this was done in a live stream Friday night with Bank, and I don't know why we're having such trouble with this elevator. This elevator's been freaking out a little bit. But yeah, this was done Friday night, live stream with Bank. I think it turned out really well. Now, the big things we have left to finish are obviously the ceiling, the floor, this, which I can't remember if I said earlier, is going to be the aquarium. And it might need a little redesign, because I have an idea for the ceiling, but it changes the shape of the ceiling a little bit. So, actually, it might not. I might... Ooh, I can't raise the ceiling up. Ugh. Yeah, that's the bad part, because the lake's right here. So I can't really raise the ceiling up. My plan was to use some of these dark oak logs and bridge the ceiling across and do some crazy stuff. It's hard to explain. Let me draw it out real quick for you. Like that. That's what I was thinking about when I said bridge the ceiling. Now, I've got a little more to do. I'm thinking in these one wide gaps, I'm going to put some more trapdoors, kind of like I have right here. But I'm going to put sea lanterns behind them to give more light so we can get some of these torches off the floor. My only worry is, again, lake right here. Got to be super careful. I'm not sure how I'm going to do these center portions. Maybe I'll have some kind of light source that hang down. I don't know. We'll get there. You can see the aquarium has gotten bigger. And that's because this wooden log going across was blocking this one, so I didn't like the fact that this one was raised. So I went ahead and just kind of reshaped the circle and then put some note blocks in the backside. Now, they don't make noise because they're all jammed into the wall and everything, but nah, I think I like using note blocks. I've used them over there. I'm going to continue them all the way up. So we're going to have trapdoors with sea lanterns behind there, and I'm thinking about doing dark prismarine in these gaps in the ceilings. And I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do here. I know I want to leave it open. So when you walk down the stairs, you can kind of see down here. But I don't know how I'm going to do that just yet. So let me get some sea lanterns and some dark prismarine, because I know I don't have any dark prismarine left. And then finish these little couple corners. And I'll bring you guys back when we're getting ready to work on the floor. Okay, so ceiling is in. I even got some more of the walls done. I had to change the size of the aquarium to fit better because I didn't like how this log was covering up this top piece and then this was still fully exposed. So I dropped it down and I think I've got a better shape now. I still haven't figured out what exactly I want to do here. I think I'm about just using a bunch of prismarine blocks. I don't want it to look all kinds of artistic and pretty and stuff just because I've seen the aquatic update and basically anything other than the aquatic update in aquarium is kind of a letdown. So I'm not going to go with that. I finished this little corner. I originally said I was going to do a window. There just wasn't enough space to work with anything cool. And if you come up here, I've started the stairwell. I haven't obviously finished it because I wanted to get the room done before I do this. This area might be something I do in between the episode. Yeah, but the prismarine and the logs and everything, I really like this. I like how the ceiling turned out. I think it was spot on. The only spots that haven't been touched are like here. And actually, you know what? I didn't do anything here. I messed up. This should go across like it did over here. Oh, man. Oops. I think I messed this up because this was different. And I might leave it like that. Because I don't like... I like how this ended up, and if I bring this across, I think it'll mess it up. So I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm not too worried about it. I've also added in anvils underneath these guys with sea lanterns under them. So it has this kind of glow effect underneath the chest, which I really like. So all that's left is the floor. And now the design for the floor I have is a piston pattern, which I think looks amazing. The only problem is the elevator comes super close. Like, it's right there, and I'm worried that the pistons will get activated by the redstone underneath it. So I'm going to try to build it and then run the elevator a couple times to see what happens. And we'll know if it's a realistic option to build the style of floor I want. And if not, we're going to come up with a new pattern. Okay, so I'm doing the floor. Ooh, that's a lot of gray. Heck yeah. And I actually really like this design, but at the same time really don't like this design. I mean, it's crazy cool with all these pistons and stuff, but I feel it's a little too busy. And I don't want to take away from all the cool stuff up above by having this busy mess of pistons and stuff. And honestly, I'm getting tired of crafting pistons. I've crafted about 8 or 9 stacks already. You wouldn't think this floor would require that many. So what I'm going to do is break these things up. And by break them up, I mean kind of do what we did in the ceiling. Except I want to use gray concrete. So thank you, No Peddler, for hooking me up. See, I think this will help break it up. It goes with the gray on the anvils. And I want to go this way 3 wide, all the way to the aquarium. And I want to go this way 3 wide, all the way to this. You know, just to see how it does. And maybe I need to break it up even more. But I'm running out of pistons. I'm tired. I've used up all my dark oak crafting on these pistons. Just because dark oak to me is the easiest to get. And I don't want to craft anymore. Plus, I knew I was going to be tearing some out. So I was like, well, I just need to go ahead and start doing these stripes to, you know, save some materials and stuff like that. I didn't realize I only had 10 pistons to start with when I started this thing, so it was a bad idea by me. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and knock this stripe out, and then we're going to move on to hopefully the aquarium, which honestly is not going to be crazy. Like I said, I've seen the aquatic update, and honestly, it would put anything to shame in there. So I think I'm going to try to make it just kind of a simple design. Plus, it's kind of a hard shape to really design anything that would look cool in there. Okay, so stripe is in, and I think this looks much better. Not as busy, but we still get the cool floor pattern. Now, for this guy over here, I'm thinking I'm just going to go all kinds of random prismarine. And I want to kind of add some lighting effects into it. Maybe better to break this one and this one. Let's do this. Maybe put some lights in these places before I go ahead and rip everything out and turn it to prismarine. I kind of want to change this up though, this back wall. I don't know what yet. It might be one of those where I'm just about done and I come up with an idea that I want to go with. But I don't know. Actually, you know what? I don't think I want this thing as deep. So I'm going to push these guys in one. And then let's refill this guy back up. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my prismarine blocks, the brick, and just regular prismarine. I'm going to kind of like, I don't want to call it scattering, but at the same time it is. So let's rip out this section first, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we'll come over here, and then we're just going to scatter the prismarine all around until I see like in a ratio of how much I like, and then we'll fill the rest in with the brick. And the cool thing about the prismarine is it changes colors, which is something I really like, especially in the water features. So we're going to have something like this on the walls and on the ceiling. And then I'm going to put cyan stained glass, I believe, right here. And it's going to go up and not there, but around. And we'll get this thing filled with water. And then we'll probably move a guardian in at some point. I don't know if I'll move it in this episode. It might be something we do during a live stream. Okay, so we are back. I just got through editing all the other footage and everything like that. But lots of changes have happened. We've finished the aquarium. Except for, you know, put the guardians in there. I am going to save that for a live stream. I think that's going to be something fun. and maybe give me and Bank a chance to get a guardian head. Cause I don't think either one of us have one of those yet. He might, but I don't. And then the stripe in the room changed. Now, the reason for the stripe change is very simple. This elevator. So you can tell everything looks pretty good this way, but if you were to have looked closely and followed the stripe, it's not in the center of the room. It's offset a little bit, I think, this way because the elevator is too wide. So it kind of hurt me there, and I was like, well, I could tear this whole thing out and make this a single chest and slide it over or something like that. I don't want to do that. I'll live with the fact that this is not the center of the room, and I've just kind of created a simple shape that still looks good, but kind of hides the fact that the room is a little off-center just to make room for chests and elevator. I kind of like the fact that this room's not perfect. It kind of describes what's been going on since I came back from my break with moving, because I've been having a hard time creative-wise, talking with words, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it being a little off-center. I did make these guys on the end kind of match up. I'm okay with it. I think it looks pretty good, and the floor doesn't take away from up here at all, which I'm excited for. But this is the finished room. I haven't worked at all up here. I mean, it's still the same. I'm going to save this for between episodes and everything, because I want to do something nice up here to kind of cover and hide that up. Maybe that'll be another live stream thing we do when we move the Guardian in place. But don't worry, if you don't catch live streams and you're only here to catch videos and stuff, I'll make sure to put the finished result up here in the video. But we have one more item to do. In the middle of the live stream, No Paddler rushed over with a bunch of concrete and stuff for me. So I think we need to go pay him before this episode's up. So we're at the concrete shop, which happens to be made out of wool, which I like. I think it's fun. It's kind of funny. But yeah, this is No Paddler's concrete shop. We can get all your concrete needs met and everything. He doesn't really have a price of what he's charging. I think it's pay what you think is fair. So I'm going to hit him up with 30 diamonds. Now, No Paddler, I don't know how much work you put into your concrete. So if you think you deserve more than 30 diamonds, just message me. I will give you more. But you asked for suggestions? Pricing. Go ahead. Set a price. You work hard for your concrete. Let everyone know how much they're worth to you. But I think we're going to end that here, guys. Not a lot going on in Spawn Town lately. Everyone's kind of been working on their own bases. I've checked the shops. We're good there. Not a whole bunch of sales. It was Christmas time was the big sales for all the shops for us. So I think everyone's filled up on rockets and Prismarine. So we'll be good for a little while. I might come here and do something here. This was the Nether shop, which changed owners a couple times and changed shapes a couple times. It finally got torn down, so I might come and, I don't know, put something here. So it's just not a big dead space. But yeah, guys, we're going to end that here. I'm going to go ahead and get to the sky. If you like this video, remember to leave a like. If this is your first time on the channel, don't forget to subscribe if you like what you saw. And like always, guys, see you next time.